Ajay sir, good evening. Varun sir, good evening.
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
sir.
sir.
Great to see both of you again. And to students from Vellore, Chennai, and Amravati, welcome to the day two of the orientation session. And as you're aware, that day one is over. We had a CAT orientation by three amazing teams. Now we have day two, which is exclusively for GRE, IELTS, TOEFL, and GMAT. And we are going to start with again an amazing training team out there, that is GradSquare. We have the founders Ajay and Varun is here, who's going to incite you students. So the only thing from my end, apologies for that to all the students out there. We have a time limit. 15 minutes is what we have planned. So maybe in future we'll have a lot of amazing sessions. It's just the beginning, as I always mention in the sessions for the orientation. This is just the beginning. The main objective is for you guys to know that we have these career counseling and higher education training part, where the best teams train the students, and how you can make use of them. And we'll be guiding you. So all our guidance will be through our communication mails from placement, which will be helping you with that. So I think once again, welcome the team from GradSquare on behalf of VIT management and CDC. Thank you so much for your time. And my dear students, we have these are the best people you can find in the industry. So it's not, we're just having a normal session. We have the best in the industry. So listen to them, and they have spent time for us now. So make use of the opportunity and get benefited out of it. All right. So over to Varun and to Ajay, and you can take it from there. Please, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So good evening, everyone. This is going to be a really quick session because we have only 15 minutes. Okay, so we are going to start off with a basic agenda of a little bit about our company. We'll talk about the structure of GRE. We will have an understanding of how the scoring happens in GRE, right? And what kind of programs you can apply with your score. We'll have a understanding of how the exam preparation timelines work, application timelines work. So we combined it both together to give you an idea as to how you need to be going forward with that, and what we are going to offer in the campus at VIT, both in terms of, the online and the offline kind of stuff, okay, programs. Okay, so let's get into this and try to understand more about GRE. By the end of the session, if you have any other doubts, as Dr. Anubaisal said, you can just get back to your mentors there, and they will help you out, in getting a connect to us as well. Okay. So my name is Ajay. I've been into GRE admission consulting and preparing students for GRE, GMAT, and CAT for the last 15 years. I myself have written GRE long time back, and I had an admit from University of Pennsylvania. I worked in Cadbury, Perfetti, Olam, and also have been working across 13 countries before I started my education journey. Varun is a GRE verbal ability mentor. He's a MS in mechanical engineering from the University of Cincinnati with a 100% scholarship. He had calls from Carnegie Mellon as well during that year, Rensselaer Polytechnic, right? And he had done his internship at IIC Bangalore. He has recently again written his GRE score. He has a GRE score of 329. He's been a serial 99 percentiler at CAT, and a ZAT percentile of 99.97 last year. Okay. So he has 9 years of training, experience training students for CAT, GRE, and GMAT. We have Kushal Bora, who's going to be a GRE QA mentor, and he's an MBA from NMIMS, a CAT QA 99 percentiler with a 12 years experience in training students for CAT, GRE, and GMAT. Okay, so we are the team. We will be directly in touch with you. All our numbers will be there with you. You can fall back to us, call us, and take any help regarding GRE preparation or your universities, whatever you have doubts on once you join us or even before that. Okay. So what is the GRE test? So GRE test is a standardized test. It is an examination that is, which measures your aptitude and basic understanding of your verbal and the quantitative reasoning part. Okay. It also has got a written ability module, which also tests your writing skills, right? And GRE is basically a kind of examination which is accepted across universities across the world. And for most of the MS programs in the top level colleges, GRE is almost mandatory to be applied with in most subjects that you're going to apply to. Okay, if you're applying to a MIM program, most of the top universities without GRE, you can't apply to any of their programs. And if you're applying to the Ivy League colleges, most of them you can't apply to without a GRE score again. So GRE is a mandatory exam if you're going to look at top universities, and that's what you're looking forward to, especially in the US, Canada, and the European region. Right. So what is the syllabus of GRE? Very simply put, there are three parts to it. The writing task is basically nothing but a 30-minute kind of an exercise where you're given a task to write on. And they evaluate you based on the structure, your ability to form sentences, and how grammatically correct your sentence is, and your overall flow of the essay that you're writing. Quantitative reasoning is basically math. It has arithmetic, numbers and operations. More from a logical point of view, you have algebra, geometries, basic statistics, a little bit of data interpretation, permutation and combination, probability, set theory, and progression. Most of these kind of topics you would have already dealt with in various other aptitude tests or for campus placement, but we'll be taking this chapters from a perspective of what GRE asks you in terms of their kind of questions and so on and so forth. In verbal reasoning, you have a major part is reading comprehension. You also have the vocabulary part where you have the text completion and the sentence equivalence. Both of them are kind of questions where you're given a sentence and one of the word is missing and you need to pick the right word from the set of words which is given to you, right? So these are the three areas. The quantitative reasoning part and the verbal reasoning part together accounts for your 340 marks, and your score breakup is of 170, 170 each, quantitative reasoning 170 and the verbal reasoning 170. Your written task is marked separately and you get a separate score for that on a scale of 6. Right. So the colleges, when you're applying for, they look at a score on 340. So that's what they will look at with a cutoff for your writing task. Okay. Now, this is how the section looks. The entire test pattern looks like. The first section starts with the writing task. So you have one issue task in 30 minutes to be completed, followed by two sections of quantitative reasoning and two sections of verbal reasoning. Now, these quantitative reasoning section and the verbal reasoning section can come in whichever way, and it differs from student to student when you're taking the test, right? So it can be the first two can be the quantitative reasoning 1 and 2, and the next one verbal reasoning 1 and 2, or it can be the other way around, or it can be even mixed up. So you can have quantitative reasoning 1 and then verbal reasoning 1, and then quantitative reasoning 2 and verbal reasoning 2. So it can come in any order is what I mean here. Section 1 of quantitative reasoning has got 12 questions to be done in 21 minutes. Section 2 has got 15 questions to be done in 26 minutes. Totally, you have 27 questions and 47 minutes for the quantitative reasoning section. This section is pretty much easy. It is more logic than, proper tougher questions. You need to basically understand the logic and apply your concept to solve the question. That's what it is. Verbal reasoning has got again section 1 12, section 2 15 questions. Totally, you have 18 minutes for the first section and 23 minutes for the second section, and total of 41 minutes. The total duration of the test is 118 minutes, in which you have to do one issue task and 54 questions from QR and verbal reasoning. Okay. Now, the scores will be displayed immediately right after your exam is over, and then you will be prompted to select 4 universities where the score could be sent. The department where you are applying may not be necessary to be put up there. Whichever university you want to send the score will be then sent to the university. So we'll help you as we go along with the GRE preparation, also to understand when you're writing the GRE test at that point of time, which are the 4 universities you need to be applying for, right? Now, what is a good score in GRE test? So if you're getting anywhere from 330 plus, then it is considered as an outstanding score. If you're applying for a top MIM program or an Ivy League college, 325 plus should be a good score to look at. So 325 to 330 is an excellent score. 319 to 324 is a good score. 305 to 318 is an average score. You all must be knowing that the GRE score basically starts at 260, which is 130 for each section, and goes up to 340, which is 170 for each section. So even if you get a score of something like, so when you get a score of something like 300, you can't equate it directly by taking a percentage as you do in your Indian exams, right? Because it is not the straight reflection of how you have performed, because 300 is very easy to get in GRE, and no college will actually give you a weightage if you have got just GRE 300 of a GRE score. So if you need to be applying to really good schools, 320 plus is what you will look at. And if you're going to apply for colleges where the GRE is mandatory, then a 310 plus is still required to crack into a decent enough college. The verbal ability score is scaled out of 6, and you need to have a 4 in most of the universities to clear their cutoff. And getting a 4 is not a tough task. And if you have a reasonable ability to write a good essay, you'll be able to do that as well. Okay. So GRE score is declared right after the exam, and the scorecard you will get within 2 to 3 weeks time. If it's a peak season, otherwise you can even get it within a week's time. Now, everybody writing GRE are looking forward to go abroad. So, which means you also have to write either the TOEFL or the IELTS exam. TOEFL or IELTS is just an English language examination where they are looking at reading, writing, listening, and speaking as the area of to test you whether you can understand the basics of English. And this is an easy test. We'll have to write this mandatorily for almost every single college, apart from those colleges which ask for will give you a waiver if you have a medium of instruction letter, but not very few colleges do that. So this is a mandatory exam to write, and this is something that you need to be decided on as to whether you're going to write the TOEFL or the IELTS. Both exams are accepted in most of the universities, so there should not be a problem about what you are going to select. So select based on familiarity of the exam. Now, people write GRE as a fresher for various kind of programs. So the first kind of program that you would have heard about is the MS program, and the other one is the ME program. Both these MS and ME programs are similar kind of program. The only difference is in the second year of the program in MS, you are going to do a research work and you're going to defend your thesis in front of a group or a team of faculty. Whereas in the ME program in the second year, you are not going to do a research work, but you are going to do a capstone project. And then with that capstone project, you will just pass out to the college, right? So MS program is basically meant for those people who also want to keep their option of PhD open, whereas ME is more recommended to people who are looking for a job right after the master's degree. Okay, so that's the MS and the ME program. You have the MEM and the MTM program, which is a master's in engineering management or the master's in technology management. These are for people who want to get into techno managerial roles after their master's degree. So this has got a flavor of technology. Along with that, you will also be studying core management subjects like marketing, finance, operations, and HR, and landing up in a engineering based job, but more of a engineering management based job. So you can get into business analytics, you can get into project management, you can get into supply chain management, logistics management, so on and so forth, right? Then you have the Management Information Systems program. So MS in Management Information System is more like a management subject for people who want to get into the IT industry. So you'll be basically doing a lot of IT related courses, and you'll also be then doing a lot of management courses along with this. MEM, MTM, and MIS programs are mostly run by the business schools of the university. And because of that, you have a lot of management electives on offer and which you can pick up while you're doing the program, right? The last one is the MIM program, mostly very popular in the European countries, especially in France. You have Spain, UK, where you have a lot of MIM programs. In fact, the top 10 programs are all European programs. And these are 2-year management programs for people who are wanting to do their management studies right after their graduation. So if you're looking for finishing off your BTech and then joining a management program abroad, this is the best option for you, because for MBA, you need three plus years of experience. So this is a management degree, which is basically for all of you who are looking forward for any kind of what do you call management education right after your BTech. Okay. Now, the admission process of all these universities include the GRE as well as the TOEFL and various other aspects of academic performance, SOPs, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to get into detail of this, but this one we'll discuss once you join the course, and as to how you can look forward to your profile and what is it that you need to build up in your profile to make sure that you get into some of the top schools, right? Now, what is the preparation timeline? The preparation timeline is, if you're starting now till May, we will wind up the concepts and the fundamental classes. We'll finish off by May, June the course, and IELTS, TOEFL classes also will get over by May or June. GRE mocks start from June, July, so you'll be taking the mocks during that time, and then the GRE exam you need to schedule by August and September. IELTS also you need to finish off by August and September so that you can start your application by August itself. Okay. During the course of this entire test prep, we are going to help you with one-to-one mock analysis for the mocks that you're doing, so that you understand how you can fine tune the mocks, and we'll help you with understanding which colleges to apply for, right? Now, what are we offering at VIT Vellore? For the GRE 2025 batch, we have the offline classes conducted right inside the VIT campus. And we have 60 plus hours of classroom program, 8 plus hours of IELTS TOEFL program. The program validity is for 12 months. You can access all the recorded videos during this time. Study materials will be given to you for GRE, TOEFL, or IELTS, whichever you're going to pick up. Topic and sectional tests will be there. There'll be 10 full-length adaptive mock tests for GRE, one-to-one mock analysis by the mentors, and a detailed performance analysis for mocks and university shortlisting for while you're going for the GRE examination. Okay. Now, why is GradSquare one of the best institutions to join for GRE? Because our mentors, me and Varun, are completely involved with the student. We handhold you, we help you with the GRE prep, we help you with understanding which colleges you can apply to. All mentors, both of us will be sharing our numbers with you. You will clear all our doubts with us either on WhatsApp or on a call. And we've been there in VIT for about 12 plus years. VIT Chennai, we've been there for 12 plus years, and VIT Vellore, we have been there for 15 plus years. And all mock analysis are done one-to-one, where we look at your mock, understand what you've done, and give you feedback on how to fill up the gap. You can talk to our students directly. We share our students' number, and we will be throughout with that during your admission process. And we send a lot of students to top Ivy League and top universities across the globe. Okay, the fees for the program is a discounted fee. So it's 26,000 for the offline fee and 24,000 for the online program fee. And if you see, these are the results that we had in the past. These are all VIT results. So if you see, there is Sangeeta from VIT Chennai. We have Dattatreya Datta from VIT Chennai, Anand Natarajan from VIT Chennai, and then Arpita and Saloni from VIT Chennai. And the others, Shivansh from VIT Vellore, Harsh from VIT Vellore, and then we have Dvija also from VIT Vellore. These are all top scores that students have got. We have a lot of other students who have scored really good scores. So and they've gone to some of the top schools. The results are put up on my website on GradSquare, gradsqr.net. If you go, you'll see all our results there with the university that they belong to, right? And if you see, these are all the results of students who have gone into some of the top schools from VIT. So we have people like Shreyan Singh, who has gone into University of Pennsylvania. We have Ayush Bhattacharya, who has gone into Cornell University. We have Mukul and Boga Balaji going to Carnegie Mellon. Saransh and Supriya Malla, who has gone into Purdue. So these are all students, who have been there with us for the last 2 to 3 years and have cracked into the big schools. We have also sent a lot of schools to colleges like ESSEC, colleges like HEC, colleges like ISADE in Barcelona for the MIM programs as well. So if you're looking forward to any of these colleges and wanting to write GRE, then you can get in touch with us, or you can join our course. And we have some great reviews from some of your students as well. So you can go and read our reviews on our Google My Business. If you just put GradSquare there, you'll be able to see these reviews. So this Shimans with a 331. This is Dvija with a 329. She joined the YLP program. This is Aditya. He had a 324 and joined ISADE in Barcelona. This is Akshita Reddy. She had gotten into the YLP program at ISB, but then later on went on to join MIM program at ESSEC. She's currently at ESSEC Paris. And there's Dattatreya Datta, who completed his Young Leaders program at ISB with a 329 in GRE, right? And this is Priyanka again, who has completed her program at ISB. So these are some of the students who have done their management programs. These are the students who have done their engineering programs in various colleges. So we handhold students from all backgrounds and whatever programs they want to get into, right? So we have even helped a student from VIT to get into an economics program, although he was from a BTech background and he went into Stockholm School of Economics after that. Okay, so that's all about us. We look forward to meeting you all and having the classes with you for the next 4 to 5 months and handholding you for the admission process later on.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ajay and Varun. Amazing. We got a lot of inputs. And I'm sure the students from Vellore, Chennai, and Amravati, you got a lot of inputs out here. So once again, thank you from the GradSquare team on behalf of VIT Management and CDC. Thank you so much. And I'll keep you posted with the rest of the updates. I'll keep you updated. All
Sure.
right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And the students now we have is the next presentation out there from the second team, that is from Time. So I think Mohammed and sir, yes, sir has already joined. So again, we have is the team from Time. Time has also been associated with VIT for more than 12, 15 years. So today they are again, with a very short notice, they are there for us to talk to about the, the GRE and the different programs they're offering now. So over to the team from Time, sir, Mohammed sir, and both of you are there. Over to you, and you can take it from there. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benson. My name is Shashi, and I'm glad to address you guys. The only thing is that there has been a detailed presentation from the previous participants, presenters who gave you about GMAT and GRE. Let me just add on to a few things, which is very relevant to your understanding. First of all, GRE and GMAT are scores for basically a test for people to look at primarily look at education abroad. GRE is a test which is for masters, not including management. GMAT is purely a master's in management. However, you got to understand the difference between these two tests. The first is that GRE, you have to be more of a wordsmith. You have to be someone who's uh, very tuned in with vocabulary. The questions and vocab are quite a few. And insofar as GMAT is concerned, you have to be more of an editor. So that's the difference between these two tests. Now, both are computer adaptive, which means that the question that comes depends on the correctness of the answer that you give. The only difference is that in the case of GRE, you've got a block of questions. And if you answer that block correctly, the succeeding block of questions of the same, whether it's verbal or quads, is of a higher or lower difficulty level. Whereas in GMAT, your question to question is adaptive, which means that how you've answered your question, the difficulty level of the next question is based on whether you're right or wrong. So that's the difference between these two tests. Now, if I were to ask you if somebody were to ask me whether which is easier or which is tougher, it's very difficult for me to make a comment on that, because if you're good in critical reasoning, then obviously you should go in for the GMAT test. If you have got a very good vocabulary, then in probability you should go for GR test. So that's the difference between these two tests. Now, are these tests, for example, you as undergrads either would be looking at an MS, in which case you have to write an GRE, or you would be looking to do an management course. Now, what you should understand is that insofar as the global MBA program is concerned, the global MBA program mandates that you should have at least 4 to 5 years work experience. So, which means that if you write a GMAT and you want to get into, let's say, Stanford, Wharton, you can't get it. Most probably you won't get it because you don't have the required experience. So, what you can do is that you can get into the MIM program, Masters in Management, which is predominantly from Europe. Now, MIM program is generally considered to be a poor cousin to the global MBA program. But they do accept people with 0 to 2 years work experience, which means that anyone who's an undergrad and who wants to apply for a management course can do so through the GRE and get into the MIM. Now, insofar as India is concerned, there are quite a few colleges which accept GRE and GMAT scores, predominantly ISB Hyderabad and Mohali, SP Jain, XLRI, BITSOM. These are a few colleges which accept the GRE and GMAT scores. Now, how does this scoring take place out here? GMAT has recently shifted from the regular GMAT to GMAT Focus. GMAT Focus essentially has got two major changes. One, they have removed the essay writing part, and they have also removed the grammar part of it, and geometry from the mathematics, the quant section, which was actually the bugbear for most of the Indian students. The Indian students would find it a problem. One with the essays, and the second with the grammar part of GMAT. Fortunately, they've removed that. So now what you have is that in GMAT, you have essentially quantitative analysis, that is mathematics. You have English, which is verbal ability, and then you have something called data interpretation, data insights. So essentially, these are the sections which are tested, and now your scoring is in multiples of 5. That is, if 645, 665, you won't get a round figure of 650 around. A 645, for example, in GMAT Focus, is equivalent to the earlier 700. So the GMAT scoring has also seen a change. This GMAT pattern has also seen a change. Insofar as GRE is concerned, see, these tests earlier used to be very unwieldy because you had to be there at the center for about 4 hours. And 4 hours for a particular examination, especially one which is as intense as GRE and GMAT, is quite a burden. So now they have compressed this. So you've got these exams which are now about 2 hours. That for GRE is about roughly about 2 hours, and GMAT is about 2 hours and 53 minutes. So they've brought down the content, they have brought down the number of questions, and the scoring has become a bit more easy insofar as the question pattern is concerned. So this is the difference between GRE and GMAT. My advice to you people, as a professional who's in this industry, is that if you're looking at a master's in MS, then you should look at the GRE. But if you're looking at an MBA program, then I would advise you not to look at MBA abroad. The MIM, I've got also quite a few students who have actually gone abroad and come back after doing an MIM from very good colleges, SIM, uh, INSEAD, and okay, INSEAD and University of Saint Gallen are very powerful in their curriculum. But from the other MIM program, they've come back not very satisfied uh, as far as the program, the quality or the content of the course is concerned. So my advice to you is that if you're looking at an MBA, it should be a global MBA, which means that you need to have 4 to 5 years experience. Or you could look at writing the GRE and GMAT and looking at getting into some of the top Indian B schools. Now, ISB Hyderabad is the obvious choice. And for you people who are in the undergrad program, for you people, there's a program called YLP, Young Leadership Program, postgraduate program in young leadership. Okay? Now, what this does is that you write the GMAT or the GRE, and you get called for an interview in your penultimate year. So if you're the 4-year program, the 3rd year you can write your GMAT or GRE, and then attend the interview at ISB, and they will reserve a seat for you. And you can join the program after 2 years, which means that you can sit for placements in VIT, join some company, work there for a couple of years, and then you can join the YLP program, the MBA program from YLP in ISB Hyderabad, 2 years hence, without going through the same process, right? So this is what my professional advice would be. Other than that, I think I'm done with the presentation. The GRE is for the MS program, and okay, why does ISB accept GRE scores? For the simple reason that, see, is GRE uh, as perfect in terms of assessing the management capabilities of a student? No, it is not. But the reason why they accept GRE scores is the sheer numbers. See, there are about 1,000 students who are taken into ISB every year, and you have something like about, in India, you have something like about 25,000 people who write GMAT every year. Most of them are retakers to improve the scores. So essentially, you're saying that the pool that ISB has got is something like about 10,000 or 15,000 students. It is not adequate for them to pick up 1,000 from there, because the only qualifying test that you have in ISB is GMAT or GR. So which is why they cast the net on the through the GRE. GRE has got something like close to about 1.5 lakh people who write GRE in India, and obviously that's a larger pool for them to choose from. Again, if you are looking at doing your MS, GRE is the only option. If you're looking at doing an MBA, you can write either. But GMAT is the one which is considered the gold standard of MBA entrance examinations, right? I see that my time is done. Thank you very much, Dr. Besson. I'm done.
So thank you so much. A great insight to the point. No beating around the bush. To the point, you have clearly explained in a very simple way to our students, and that is what the students actually need. A very clear way of understanding things. So thank you so much. So this is just the beginning, as I always say. We have students from all three campuses: Vellore, Chennai, and Amravati. We have here. The YouTube live is going on. So, on behalf of VIT management, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, the entire team from Time,
My
for
pleasure.
your valuable time out there. And we will soon update you with the rest of the process,
Sure.
sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Thanks
you
a
very
lot.
much. My pleasure, sir. Thank you very much.
And my dear student, once again, thank you for your valuable time. Students from Vellore, Chennai, and Amravati, you are here. So thank you so much. We are concluding with the day two of our orientation session, which is mainly for GRE, IELTS, TOEFL, and GMAT things. So we have two teams who have done the presentation. We have the GradSquare and the Time. Now tomorrow, day three, we will have presentations on GATE. Again, we will have two teams who will be doing the presentation, and one is Time, and the other one will be the IMS Academy. They will be doing it. So, those who have interested in GATE, and if you have friends who are interested, who's in the pre-final year, please do let them know so that they can, be part of the session. As usual, we will be sending you the mail with the joining link and all those details. All right. So, what happens after this? We will mail you, so you don't have to worry about anything. Just enjoy the sessions, learn about it, let it be a learning experience. And what's next as part of the admission process and everything, we will guide you. Every year we are doing it. So we will guide you with the rest of the process, what happens through our mails. So now, tomorrow, we will have our last day of orientation, that is for GATE, and we will be closing it, and we will guide you what happens next. All right. So thank you, my dear students, Vellore, Chennai, and Amravati. Thank you so much for your valuable time, and have fun, enjoy, and keep rocking, guys. Thank you all. We'll